7% of the Kimberley is actually homeless. 100% of that 7% of the First Peoples. One of the highest homelessness rates in the world outside natural disasters and civil strife. How is it possible in Australia to have that type of racialised homelessness?
Well, it's a joke. It's pretty much a joke. You know, we have the indigenous people of the land, traditional owners of the land, and you're telling me 7% of them are all indigenous of Western Australia or the Kimberley. I mean, it's a dead set joke. It needs something to be looked at. This is beyond, you know, domestic level now. It's got to go international. It's got to go to the UN or any powers that be in order to get the help that needs to be, you know, to serve justice. Because justice won't be served unless, you know, people unite together and have that push. And that's what I'm on the legacy phase of my career. That's all I want to push, is my people and my people's plight.
Two of the worst statistics in Australia. Mother of all jailers in the world is Western Australia, of its Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. 1 in 13 of all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders in Western Australia is in prison today. 8% of the total Aboriginal adult male population is in prison today. That's the highest jailing rate in the world. And also when you think about 1 in 20 of all Aboriginal people die by suicide each year, that's the world's highest suicide rate from a racialised lens.
Well,
what do you have to say to Western Australia?
Well, it's a joke, not just Western Australia, but Australia across the board. You know, you're built up to live in this society in the Western world and the white man's way of thinking to make you feel inferior as a black man, to make you feel inferior to the point that you turn to, you know, they put the drugs there, they put the alcohol there, you turn to these substances to make yourself feel better about yourself, you know what I mean? And to get out of the state that you're constantly in, living in this world, in this white man's world. So, you know, they create the problem, and because of the history and the psychological damage of what they've done to our people, a lot of our people ain't strong enough. You know, they want to drink and stuff to ease their mind and get away from the problems that this world, this white world put on our people. Only a few of us are strong enough to say no and fight that fight. And we've got to try and inspire the others and unite the people as one in order to get a better result for our people. We've got to go back to our culture, you know. Drinking's not about part of our culture, drugs ain't a part of our culture, it's all white man's culture. They're the ones that bring them through that stuff down here.
What do you have to say and what's brought you to Matargarup today?
What's brought me here is just to support the people, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously they're fighting being very resilient on what's happening on these fronts as far as the raids and the police. I mean, Australia's I reckon it's the most racist country on the planet, especially the way it treats its indigenous people. And you know, the police and all that, that's basically the KKK, man. They got the authority to demeanour you and treat you the way they think you are, and that's inferior to them. You know what I mean? That's just the way society and their psyche is built on. You know what I mean? That's how it's been since the start of the colonisation of this country.